Dear viewer, let me take you to ancient history. What? The 70s, no dear. I will take you more than 66 million years ago. That is, dear, if we travel in a time machine, we will ride and change in the middle. Imagine stepping into a time machine, setting the date to 66 million years ago, and embarking on a journey to a world vastly different from our own. The air is thick with the scent of ancient flora, and the ground trembles under the weight of colossal creatures. This is a time when dinosaurs roamed the earth, dominating the land, sea, and sky. From the towering Tyrannosaurus rex to the gentle Brachiosaurus, these magnificent creatures ruled their domains with unparalleled majesty. But this era of dominance was not to last forever. A cataclysmic event was on the horizon, one that would change the course of Earth's history forever. An asteroid massive and unstoppable was on a collision course with our planet. The impact was devastating, unleashing a chain of events that would lead to the extinction of the dinosaurs. Fires raged across the land, and the sky was darkened by ash and debris. The earth cooled, and ice ages set in, transforming the once lush landscapes into barren wastelands. The mighty dinosaurs who had once ruled the earth were now nothing more than skeletal remains buried in the ground. Today, paleontologists work tirelessly to uncover these ancient relics, piecing together the story of a world long gone. Each fossil tells a tale, a glimpse into the lives of these incredible creatures. Museums around the world showcase these findings, allowing us to marvel at the grandeur of the dinosaurs. For many, the sight of a towering dinosaur skeleton is a source of wonder and inspiration. Through CGI and other technologies, we can now visualize these creatures in their prime, vibrant and full of life. From the ferocious predators to the gentle giants, each species played a unique role in the prehistoric ecosystem. The velociraptor, known for its agility and intelligence, was a formidable hunter. The triceratops, with its distinctive three horns, was a peaceful herbivore, grazing in herds. Pterosaurs, the rulers of the skies, soared gracefully, their wings casting shadows on the ground below. Beneath the waves, marine reptiles like the Mosasaurus dominated the oceans, their sleek bodies cutting through the water with ease. The Mosasaurus, with its massive jaws, was a fearsome predator of the deep. The prehistoric world was a vibrant tapestry of life, each creature contributing to the intricate web of the ecosystem. Life began anew with each generation as baby dinosaurs hatched and took their first steps into a world of wonder. These young ones, full of curiosity and energy, explored their surroundings, learning the ways of their ancestors. As the sun set over the prehistoric landscape, it cast a golden glow, a reminder of the beauty and majesty of this ancient world. The night sky, filled with stars, held secrets of the past, constellations that have witnessed the rise and fall of the dinosaurs. Comets and meteors, celestial wanderers, have always been a part of Earth's history, sometimes bringing destruction, other times wonder. The asteroid belt, a region of space filled with rocky remnants, is a reminder of the forces that shaped our planet. Meteorite fragments, studied by scientists, provide clues to the events that led to the extinction of the dinosaurs. In laboratories, researchers analyze these samples, uncovering the mysteries of the past. The Chicxulub crater, located in the Yucatan Peninsula, marks the impact site of the asteroid that changed everything. This massive crater, hidden beneath the surface, is a testament to the power of the impact. The impact unleashed a shockwave that traveled across the globe, causing earthquakes, tsunamis, and wildfires. Dust and debris filled the atmosphere, blocking out sunlight and causing a dramatic drop in temperatures. This nuclear winter effect led to the collapse of ecosystems as plants died and animals struggled to survive. The food chain collapsed, affecting both predators and prey, leading to widespread extinction. Amidst the devastation, some species managed to survive, including small mammals and birds who would go on to thrive in the new world. These resilient creatures adapted to the harsh conditions, finding new ways to survive and flourish. Over time, these survivors evolved, giving rise to the diverse array of life we see today. Birds, the descendants of the dinosaurs, and mammals, the ancestors of humans, now dominate the earth. Birds, with their feathers and grace, are a living link to the ancient past. Each bird species, with its unique behaviors and adaptations, tells a story of evolution and survival. Mammals, with their diverse forms and behaviors, have adapted to every corner of the globe. From the smallest rodents to the largest whales, mammals have conquered land, sea, and air. And among these mammals, humans have emerged as the most dominant species, capable of understanding and exploring the past. Our journey from ancient cave paintings to modern technology is a testament to our curiosity and ingenuity. As we study the fossils of the past, we gain insights into the history of life on Earth and our place in it. Each scientific discovery, from the secrets of DNA to the exploration of space, brings us closer to understanding the mysteries of our world. As we gaze at the stars, we are reminded of the vastness of the universe and the small but significant role we play in it. Our exploration of space, from the moon landing to the Mars rovers, is a testament to our desire to push the boundaries of knowledge. In laboratories and observatories, scientists continue to analyze data, seeking answers to the questions that have fascinated humanity for centuries. Collaboration and communication among scientists from around the world drive the progress of knowledge and discovery. Sharing findings and ideas is essential to the advancement of science and our understanding of the world. Educational programs and outreach efforts inspire the next generation of scientists, ensuring that the quest for knowledge continues. The curiosity and wonder of a child looking through a microscope is a reminder of the endless possibilities that lie ahead. Engaging in science activities, from experiments to field trips, fosters a love of learning and discovery in young minds. Teachers play a crucial role in guiding students through the wonders of science, nurturing their curiosity and critical thinking skills. In classrooms and laboratories, students conduct experiments and make discoveries, laying the foundation for future innovations. Presenting a science project, students take pride in their work and share their findings with others. Science fairs and competitions provide a platform for students to showcase their projects and celebrate their achievements. Receiving an award for a science project is a moment of recognition and encouragement for young scientists. Many students go on to pursue careers in science, contributing to research, engineering, and innovation. Scientists, driven by curiosity and a desire to understand the world, work on groundbreaking experiments that push the boundaries of knowledge. Scientific breakthroughs, from medical advancements to technological innovations, have transformed our lives and our understanding of the universe. Each new discovery, no matter how small, adds to the collective knowledge of humanity and brings us closer to understanding the mysteries of life. Collaboration across disciplines, sharing ideas and insights, is essential to the progress of science and the advancement of knowledge. Documenting findings and sharing them with the scientific community ensures that knowledge is preserved and built upon. Scientific publications, journals, and books are valuable resources that disseminate knowledge and inspire future research. Reading research papers and staying informed about the latest discoveries is crucial for scientists to stay at the forefront of their fields. Scientific conferences provide opportunities for researchers to present their work, network, and collaborate with peers from around the world. Engaging in discussions and exchanging ideas with colleagues fosters innovation and drives the progress of science. International collaborations bring together diverse perspectives and expertise, addressing global challenges and advancing scientific knowledge. Analyzing data from global research projects provides insights into complex issues and contributes to the collective understanding of our world. Fieldwork, conducted in diverse environments from the Arctic to the Amazon, provides valuable data and first-hand observations. Collecting samples and documenting findings in the field is a crucial part of scientific research, providing the foundation for further study. Laboratory analysis, examining samples and conducting experiments, allows scientists to test hypotheses and uncover new information. Advanced technology, such as DNA sequences, enables scientists to explore the intricacies of life at a molecular level. Technological advancements, from microscopes to particle accelerators, have revolutionized our ability to study and understand the natural world. Making a breakthrough discovery is a moment of excitement and fulfillment for scientists, a testament to their dedication and hard work. It is not possible to take one transportation. We will go to a time known as the Mesozoic era. The Earth's atmosphere was warm, covered with trees of all shapes and colours, and there was a great diversity in animals, birds and insects. This era, dear, was dominated by reptiles and ruled by dinosaurs of all kinds. Predatory beasts such as the Dyspeltosaurus and the T-Rex, and plant eaters such as the Anchiceraptopus, the Cortisaurus and the Mansurasaurus. Other types of dinosaurs terrified the inhabitants of the sea, such as the Spinosaurus, and types such as the Pterosaurus, which inhabited the sky. These were the first vertebrates to fly. A flying dinosaur like the Quetzalcoatlus atlas was as tall as a giraffe, and its wingspan, my dear, was 12 meters. Hundreds of species lived in a golden age of reptiles, swimming, walking and flying, an ancient paradise pulsating with life and colour. Until one tiny detail, my dear, changed. If we suppose, my dear, that the dinosaur was watching the stars every night, he would have noticed a new star rising above it. The star began to grow, and its light slowly shined for weeks, until one fateful day the star appeared as another small moon in the sky, and then it disappeared in the shadow of the Earth. The next day the same star appeared, but this time it was big, the size of the sun. My dear, the star kept getting bigger, 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 until the dinosaur was sure that it wasn't getting bigger, it was getting closer. Oh my! An object penetrated the atmosphere at a speed of 60 times the speed of sound. It passed the layer that separates the Earth from space in 2 seconds. An asteroid the size of Mount Everest, heading steadily towards a coast near the Yucatan Peninsula in Mexico. In a split second, it will reach Earth and everything will change forever. Life will never be the same again. The dinosaur on Earth notices a ball of light above a bay in Mexico. The asteroid hit the ocean coast and evaporated from the force of the collision, releasing energy equivalent to billions of nuclear weapons that were struck at the same moment. The thermal radiation resulting from this explosion was tens of thousands of degrees of heat that travels at the speed of light, instantly burning everything in a circle with a radius of 1,500 kilometers. Let me tell you, my dear, the Earth's crust from the severity of the shock flew out from under the asteroid as if it were liquid. It left a crater 25 kilometers deep and more than 150 kilometers wide. The ocean was pushed back hundreds of kilometers. Anyway, when the Earth's crust rebounded again, it formed a mountain of the molten crust extending 10 kilometers into the sky. A huge amount of material, equal to 60 times the size of the asteroid, exploded and flew violently until it penetrated the atmosphere and went out into space. The force of this impact was heard throughout the planet within minutes, even though it occurred in the Gulf of Mexico. It was the strongest earthquake ever witnessed by any living creature in history. The earthquake was so strong that some studies say it shook the giant volcanic fields in India and caused volcanic eruptions that lasted 30,000 years, covering half of the Indian subcontinent with lava. Another study, my dear, says that the volcanoes did not happen because of the asteroid, but it happened during the same period, so it made things more difficult for the dinosaurs. Well, guys, give us a chance. Let's breathe a little. The asteroid is coming at me from above and the volcanoes are coming at me from below. What's wrong, guys? Where am I hiding? In the 4th dimension? They want us to become extinct, tell us to become extinct with dignity. Not only that, dinosaur, there is still a surprise. We must drown you. The water in the ocean returns to its place and forms tsunami waves that reach a kilometer in height. Imagine walking this kilometer. A kilometer means taller than the Burj Khalifa, not only taller than the towers we have now, but taller than future towers. These waves continued for hours, and the worst has not happened yet. Materials that penetrated the atmosphere begin to orbit around the Earth, but most of them return to Earth. These rocks, while returning, heated to terrifying temperatures, making the whole world like an oven for minutes, meaning we will roast you up and down and drown you and suffocate you. Plants and animals burned terribly quickly. Dinosaurs became manti. Fires spread all over the world and continue for months, turning the Earth into hell. The worst is yet to come. The evaporated materials hit the atmosphere, darkening the rest of the world. The world is plunged into complete darkness. The fires burning the planet have become the source of light, killing the last hope for plants that live on photosynthesis. May God have mercy on us and kill the huge marine reptiles. After a while, with the end of the fires, the temperature begins to drop dramatically. and the world plunges into a winter that lasts for decades. At this moment, 75% of the species that lived on Earth cease to exist. 75% of the species, nothing. My dear beautiful viewer, this is the theory closest to the truth about the extinction of dinosaurs put forward by Dr. Luis Alvarez, winner of the Nobel Prize in Physics, and his son, the geologist Walter Alvarez. These scientists found a huge layer of clay containing a substance called iridium. This is a rare element on Earth, almost all of which came from space. With some other evidence, which has to do with fires and debris in the same period, they arrived at it because the dinosaurs were overlooked in the most dramatic extinction event. This is the theory, my dear, the scientific way to describe this event. This event ended an era that lasted more than 160 million years. Years pass, my dear, and life stands on its feet after the extinction, and eras continue, and millions of years pass, and the world is inhabited by creatures that have never seen dinosaurs and do not have the slightest idea of their existence. But, my dear, the planet has not forgotten the reptiles that ruled it for years. It is true that most of their bodies decomposed and ceased to exist, but some bodies fell into the water, and mud, sand and volcanic ash settled on top of them. And on top of all this, more layers settled on top of these sediments, and over time they became more solid, like layers of rocks. Also, the minerals in the groundwater and sediments seeped into the bones of the corpses, replacing them in a process known as mineralization, turning the bone into a mold of stones that took the shape of the skeleton. Then earthquakes came, breaking the rocks, and rains eroded the soil, revealing to ancient humans a secret of this planet. Indeed, a secret of the universe. The planet turned out to be inhabited. People, of course, when they saw skeletons of this size, they said, "These are ancient monsters that inhabited the earth, rock giants or cyclopses," which are the giants with one eye. The author of the book, The First Fossil Hunter, says that the ancient Greeks, when they stumbled upon dinosaur fossils such as the Protoceratops, a creature that no human had ever seen in his life nor been told about, their guess was that this was definitely a lion with the head of an eagle. And they told about the legend of the griffin. The ancient Chinese too, when they saw the fossils, called them dragon bones. When the Chinese saw the fossilized dinosaurs, this is what gave birth to the legend of the dragon. Especially since these skeletons appeared after rain and thunderstorms, they said, "This must be a dragon condemned to death and fell from the sky." Imagine, my dear, it was that difficult to imagine. There were creatures called dinosaurs that lived with us normally, and then they disappeared. Something that was difficult for the mind to accept because it was a kind of fantasy. Days passed, and science developed, and in the 17th century, the English naturalist Robert Plot found a bone from the thigh of a dinosaur, and then, my dear, he came to a dangerous conclusion. He said to you, "This is simply a bone from a creature that lived a long time ago, and that's it. This is its corpse. What is this?" It may seem, my dear, that this is an obvious discovery and it should have happened from the beginning, but it was an important discovery that these are skeletons of creatures that existed. There are no dragons, no rock monsters. He said to you, "This was probably a giant elephant," who were fighting with Hannibal in Carthage against the Romans, but there was a question that puzzled him. If this was one of the giant elephants of Carthage, how did it get from North Africa to the British Isles? So he said, "I think this answer is illogical. But it is the bone of a giant king mentioned in the Bible, like Goliath. The important thing, my dear, is that this bone of Robert Blott was lost, but it was documented in his assistant's History of Nature. The artist Michael Burgers drew it with great professionalism, which allowed us to recognize it and make a copy of it. After about a century, an English historian named Richard Brooks looked at this drawing and gave it the first scientific name for the end of a dinosaur bone, the scrotum humanum, meaning a human testicle sac. Because here we are dealing with creatures that are unlike anything we know or have seen before, just fossils without any evidence, bones of creatures we have never seen. Dinosaurs remained a confusing mystery for centuries, until in 1815 a professor at Oxford, specialized in geology, during one of his trips, discovered the bone of an animal. He looked at its teeth, jaw and limbs, and here he said the first definition close to the truth, the closest conception of dinosaurs. This is a huge carnivorous lizard, extinct, He called it Megalosaurus, which is a Greek word meaning great lizard. This was before we knew that there was such a thing as dinosaurs, and before the word dinosaur was even created. Here, Sir Richard Owen, the Greek biologist, decided to fill his playlist. So he decided to collect this family of fossils and name it Dinosauria, meaning terrible lizards. He still remembered, like the scientists of his time, that it was an ancient type of lizard. These lizards had nothing special except their large size. This was the first image of man about dinosaurs, that they were slow, stupid, cold-blooded creatures killing each other without brains. They were not suitable for existence, so they became extinct. They could not continue, and in their place were completed by superior creatures. But who is the tapeworm? Like us, my dear, we the mammals, the current masters of the planet. And the proof is that we as mammals are the masters of the planet, that we are still continuing and the dinosaurs are extinct. And what increased this impression in man towards dinosaurs is his arrogance and conceit and his constant feeling that he is the king of the planet. So he makes movies like King Kong, the huge ape who can tickle and deceive the dinosaurs easily, and he uses the word dinosaur for anything that is outdated or outdated. Although, my dear, this is far from the truth that we discovered later. Let me tell you how. Mammals, my dear, used to wear flip-flops in the age of dinosaurs. The temperature in the Mesozoic era was hot, and this allowed reptiles to shake and spread because their skin pores are less, and therefore they lose less water in the heat. And they have kidneys that keep water inside their bodies. Let me tell you, my dear, that dinosaurs were terrifying mammals for generations. 1 million years. Mammals no bigger than a small cat. Rodents like Leoconodon hui, trying to escape the dominance of dinosaurs on the planet with a lifestyle similar to mice. Active at night and climbing trees or learning to swim like Castorocauda, they feed on insects, roots, tree bark and nuts. They have claws to dig and hide underground from predatory reptiles like Docophossa. The first time these creatures breathed was when the asteroid wiped out the dinosaurs. These creatures, my dear, the repressed ones, came out one morning and found the planet empty. What was holding you in has become extinct. Get out. Their difficult lifestyle, which they practiced for generations, helped them survive with the least they could. They emerged from their holes after the asteroid hit the Earth, for the first time moving freely among the dead dinosaurs and the dying reptiles to hunt down an insect to eat. Dinosaurs, my dear, were not only bigger but also smarter. A recent study predicted that the short-skinned T-Rex, whose name means tyrannical lizard king, had a brain with about 3 billion neurons, more than a baboon. So, my dear, it wasn't necessarily a stupid animal. Some scientists thought it was intelligent, had flexible perception and a long lifespan. But not all scientists agree on it. Intelligence wasn't the tipping point, as is the case with humans today. When the asteroid hit, the dinosaurs' huge size, which made them dominate for over 150 million years, became their weakness. They couldn't withstand the conditions that occurred on the planet. Mammals, with their small size and adaptability, survived. If the asteroid hadn't hit, dinosaurs might not have become extinct. And if dinosaurs hadn't become extinct, we might not exist. Reptiles would have remained the masters of the planet. Perhaps this made us jealous of dinosaurs. We accuse them of failing to adapt and are obsessed with bringing them back to life. Not because of their eyes, but to put them in a zoo for kids to see. This is specifically about dinosaurs, not any other extinct species. So we can use these creatures for entertainment, like the movie Jurassic Park. But it's impossible to find DNA from a dinosaur fossil. DNA degrades after the creature dies. The oldest DNA recovered was from a horse only 700,000 years ago. 700,000 years? Nothing. Finding DNA is the easiest step in cloning. You need to plant this DNA in an organism and find thousands of other DNAs for genetic diversity. Even if you hatch a dinosaur, it can't live today due to different atmospheric conditions. Its digestive system is adapted to ancient plants and animals. Fossils allow us to know its shape, colour and life without bringing it back. Most likely, this dream will not come true in our lifetime. How do we know everything we know about them from a little bit of bone? Their shape, colour, behaviour and skin. How did we get all of this from the bone? Let me tell you that sometimes, my dear, sometimes some fossils had the shape of skin left on them, like this fossil of the skin of a T-Rex and another dinosaur they named. Listen to this, my dear, and please focus. By God, it's a blessing that it became extinct. There are other things we can do in the world other than pronouncing the names of dinosaurs, or, my dear, the shape of the armor, like the armor of the North, or the feathers remain fossilized on its body like the fossil of the Psittacosaurus in the Senckenberg Museum. And whoever finds it starts to see how the missing parts were attached to it. For example, they see on the bone the place where the muscle holds, which gives them the idea of the shape of the muscle tissue, so we know how to make the shape of the dinosaur on its skeleton. An extremely wonderful engineering feat. This, my dear, is not the task of a scientist. This needs artists called paleo-artists, but how did they know that its skin was covered in feathers? Why don't we say that it had hair, fur or scales like a fish? Hair also doesn't remain in fossils. For example, we can't rule out that this is what dinosaurs looked like. First of all, my dear, clever, good question. Let me tell you, dinosaurs are almost from the order of theropods or the theropods, and these feathers are a secondary need for flight. Their real function is the function of monkey hair, fish scales and dog fur, insulation and warmth. The young T-Rex often had dense feathers, but when they grew up, most of their feathers fell out. Feathers may also be used for purposes other than warmth. There are types of dinosaurs, for example, that needed them to protect their eggs or perhaps simply to make them look better. The colours, how do they know them from? For example, a dinosaur like Anchiornis, how did they know its colour combination? Sure, dear, the colours will not remain for millions of years. There are pigment granules that remain in the skin and feathers called melanosomes. These granules have been fossilised. From their distribution, they were able to know the colour of the animal. For example, the Borella pelta has melanosomes with a distribution that says that its colour is brown on top and lighter on its belly. If these melanosomes are not present, here, scientists use a method of inference based on living animals similar to the ones we are looking for. A method called phylogenetic bracketing to determine the shape of the animal. They compare it to its living relatives, such as crocodiles and birds, which we consider dinosaurs in their own right. Yes, dear, birds are dinosaurs. A chicken is a dinosaur. And with a healthy dose of guesswork, they arrive at the shape of the dinosaur. If, dear, you look at a crocodile, for example, you will find that it has a chin. If you have never seen a crocodile in your life and have only seen its skeleton, it is very difficult to guess that it has a chin. There is no bone to reflect the presence of a chin. This is a mistake that dinosaur artists sometimes make. Sometimes they treat dinosaurs as if they have no fat, no belly and no bloat. They draw dinosaurs in a form. This drawing method is sometimes called shrink wrap, as if you have sucked the animal. All vertebrates have fat under their skin. If we draw animals based on their skeletons only, we would draw a frog like this. And we would think this would look like a sea lion and a whale. This is what a turkey looks like without feathers, and this is what it really looks like. There are things that don't actually fossilize. Paleontology still has a lot to learn. The problem is that we don't know what we don't know. Don't rule out that the T-Rex will eventually turn out to be a giant chicken with a tooth. Dinosaurs lived in an era that lasted 1 million years. All the myths, history, wars, treaties, people who came and people who left, Akhenaten and Gilgamesh, all of this happened in just 200 to 300,000 years. That's a quarter of an hour in the lifespan of the world. We lived 0.1% of the lifespan that dinosaurs lived. If it weren't for this asteroid, our world would have been ruled by dinosaurs who might be smarter. But my dear, remember that no matter how powerful any creature is, it is weak in front of nature. This is what we know so far. Studies have proven that when the asteroid wiped out the dinosaurs, they were at the height of their glory and their ecosystems were stable. Thinking about the life and fate of dinosaurs destroys the greatest illusion in life, which is the illusion of permanence and continuity.